coming today. We're going to wing this a little bit together because last night I got the cornucopias on, I don't know, the weekend. And I started to pull your materials off to the side. And I just got so far, and then I had a class that I had to teach in Bill Ricca last night. So I went to Bill Ricca, and as I'm driving by Bill Ricca, I passed Boxborough, and I said, oh my God, there's a conference that I'm going to be at in the morning or the afternoon. I wasn't sure how I was going to fit it in between this class. In Boxborough, how come I didn't think that through? So I ended up staying the night. I got the very last hotel room in Air Motor Inn. Everything else was booked. And I said, all right, well, I'm going to take the leftover ingredients that we didn't use in last night's class. I know what I pulled aside for you for this class, and I will invent something with all that together. So my husband met me here, and I was able to go to my conference for a couple hours this morning. So I'm still winging this, what this is going to look like, but I'm sure it's going to look great. What we're going to start with, we didn't make hydrangea wreaths this year because we mix it up, and so did everybody. Last year was a really, really big hydrangea wreath. I had many classes, I had a lot of fundraisers, I had new senior centers, so everybody did hydrangea wreaths. So this has been sort of like an off year because it will, you might bring it back again next year. So there's 4 hydrangea trees that I care for in Warren, and I feed the heck out of them. Do you know when you're supposed to feed your outdoor plants? Who knows?
In the fall?
Fall and in the spring. Easter and Halloween. When you give the plants, when you give the kids chocolate, is when it's time to give your plants fertilizer. So our last trip to harvest these hydrangeas, 4 trees, we took 50 pounds of fertilizer, and we fed the heck out of them because we're going to use this hydrangea today just as our background. All right, and this is PG hydrangea, or Paniculata grandiflora. And when we normally make these with hydrangea wreaths, we collect them fresh, and you pick them on the straw frames with these picks here. And it's soft and they're not brittle. Well, because we didn't need as many this year, they were going to go to waste, and I can't bear to see anything go to waste. So in my living room has been 10 huge buckets of these. And I said, you know what, we'll spray paint them gold for Christmas, or we'll work them into some classes. And I used a whole bunch last night in class, and I said, well, we'll use some more for you guys today. So that's just going to be our background. It's our filler flower. And what we're going to do, this is, you know cornucopia? There's a gentleman eating lunch here today. What's the other name for cornucopia? Horn of plenty. So it's a Thanksgiving thing showing our abundance, and it's spilling out. So I got this basket today, and sometimes they don't have this. This is going to make it a million times easier. Sometimes they don't have this piece, and we have to shove the foam back here and stick everything out, and it's harder that way. This is going to be a million times easier. Now everybody's is going to be different, but I have a vision. I have a vision of what I'm kind of going for here. I just don't know that I'm going to be able to stay one step ahead of you. I'm going to try, but I'm going to just nab yours for a second here. But when we get the foam, you could put foam on the table because we're going to need a half a block for everybody. And we can take a piece of straight wire. They are here. And you just take this at the middle of the, that's all right, you can put that one down, yeah. Just take this at the middle of the foam and press down, and you'll get it in half. Okay. So then the first thing that you're going to do is take your hydrangea flowers and break them into kind of smaller pieces, about like this size here, and take these pins, and let's just cover up the whole foam. All right, but wait, before you do that, just so that you can be thinking, because that's going to make a lot of noise. We're going to also put in these rose hips around into the arrangement. The thing that I'm thinking about spilling out is I've got some wheat, so that'll come out like this. We can make a layer out here. You can also, there's two different ways to do an arrangement, or probably more than two different ways, but two ways that I teach. It's the European style, where we cluster all like things together. So here's a cluster of wheat, and then we can do, like, you can put your tuberose hips here, all the hydrangeas here. You can, we're going to tuck in a little bit of status. You can put these guys all around throughout, or you can cluster them together. So if you cluster them together, that's the European style. And if you spread everything evenly all around, that's the American style. I don't like to try and have you go outside of the style that you feel comfortable with, because some people are symmetrical, matchy-matchy people. And if I say do all of this way, I don't want to say you fight me, your inner being fights with what I'm asking you to do. And you'll end up putting them all around and just making a little roundy-moundy anyway. But I'm going to try and just stay one step ahead of you. But for right now, there's picks in the table and there's hydrangeas. Let's cover the whole thing.
All right, well, what I like about it is that it is natural looking, and it's kind of woodsy looking a little bit, and it isn't something that looks like it came from a factory.
Okay. Well, Sandy, what do you think about this?
Well, I think it's pretty cool because now we'll have Thanksgiving Day flowers, and these will last for a long, long time.
Yeah, these are beautiful. And every month we have another decoration, flower decorations, and she's wonderful.
Everybody gets the same materials, and everybody's comes out different.
Yeah.